Yo, let's get right into it. What is up? It is Thursday. Currently, November 6th. I took a loss yesterday, a win the day before, and a loss the day before. I still have to get those uploaded, and because I've been slacking really hard on that. I've been journaling though, which is key. The uploads are just for the future. Um, Let me fix some of this. Market just opened though. If you can't see, I don't have an initial bias coming into the day as of right now. Kind of just being patient and letting my tuition. Okay, why does it do that? Letting my tuition kind of give me a feel for what the market wants to do. I can see bullish or bearish potentially. Um, yeah, I'm very intrigued. All right, market did just open. It's 8:31. We have potential news for the day. We have nothing that I'm looking at other than yellow folder at 10 a.m. We have FOMC member Waller speaks at 2:30, but that really is nothing. So that'll be intriguing. Or if my ride zones are still on. No? I can't believe that it actually still works. Rise SMT. Bang. Bang. I don't have it on the other thing, so. Oh, it's literally like a perfect SMT it was. It's fucking cool. Damn, and I gotta take a shit right before fucking. Damn. We're coming out. Market opens. Pause. Market opens. We're coming out of a 4 hour for value gap. We ended up getting an SMT, right? I will show that on the 1 hour. If you can't tell, there was an SMT. This high made a higher low, or lower high. I meant higher high, lower highs. And then it pushes us lower for this pair to make a lower high, and this pair to make a lower low. Higher low, lower low. I don't even remember how to say it, but I get the gist of it. We're coming into a 4 hour fair value gap. We're looking for something potentially out of this. We have the 4 hour gap right here. Bullish. We do have. I don't know why I haven't marked this up actually. We do have sell side resting right here. Gotta sneeze too. No 4 hour lows yet, as of right now. Until. Bless me. Until down lower. We're potentially going to be getting a 1 hour S&T, but that's something I'm not going to take because we have 25 minutes left on the candle close. So you got to be really careful with that. But we also have a high time frame, 4 hour order block, and 4 hour draws and liquidity right here, right here, right here, and right here. So I'm be very selective with this. This has not swept yet. I'm probably going to go use the bathroom while we wait. So then I will be right back. Oh shit. We might sweep both of those puppies. Now that's pretty interesting to see. Oh man, I missed recording this. Oh. I'm just being patient and patiently waiting. Fucking stupid. Alright. Is there a chance for a 5-minute SMT? There's a lot that can happen in that next hour, so I don't really like that, but if we can get... There is. Fucking SMTs have been all over. Well, there already was a 1-minute break. So I'm looking, we're retracing to what? Fucking nothing. 100 breaker structure. After liquidity sweep, we have an order block. We're retracing into a 1-minute order block, potentially. There's a SMT there. It's just my only issue is does this want to keep pushing lower. Now, the big thing is we're coming out of a 4-hour gap. We do have the order block that's sitting right there that I might want to fill. We're still kind of early into market open. Very intriguing as of right now, but we do have the 5-minute SMT. The candle did close. And it retraced into that order block. What would the long position be if we ended up getting in here? Big stops. We're gonna find out. I don't like that. We'll just skip out on that. I'm not gonna force that trade. Maybe if I got in on or where'd your stops be then? Here you could do it. That's not as bad, but doesn't mean my required are
Young men aren't having sex. Young men aren't having sex.
W. Oh, real retracement. Are we rejecting off anything too? Other potential like 5-minute order blocks. We do get a liquidity sweep, so I'm either looking for the SMT, right, or I'm looking for a break of structure or inverse on the 5-minute, which is not been happening. We're respecting this 5-minute actually. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes back down. That stop would have been stopped out. Let me get rid of this. Because why? What is about to happen? It's about to, assuming push lower. That's why it's difficult with taking 1-hour SMTs when the 1 hour hasn't closed yet. There's so much more that could happen in 20 minutes, right? Yes, it hasn't taken out this low, but it could in 20 minutes. So it's very tricky. But we're respecting a 5-minute gap as of right now. What is bro talking about? Holy China. Yeah, that's exactly what I was fucking talking about. I love SMTs, but one thing I've been screwing myself over on this last month that I realized the other day was we're getting a 1 hour or 4 hour SMT, but the candle on the 1 hour, 4 hour hasn't closed. It's best to avoid those. Otherwise, you need to be looking for a lot of confluences to go with it, like a breaker structure, a retracement, breaker structure. I mean, seriously. We're, but like if you get a 15 minute SMT and the candle closes, boom, you can go to your 5, or you can go to your 15 minute, I mean, no, 5 or 1 minute candle for breaker structure. Like yesterday, I took a 5 minute SMT, which I didn't actually record. Damn. I took a loss. So I took a 5 minute SMT. So annoying. 5 minute SMT, 1 minute breaker structure. And then and I took a loss the day before. We were as a 5 minute SMT, 1 minute breaker structure, ran for 22 RR. We were coming into a 4 hour and a 1 hour bearish for value gap after sweeping buy side liquidity. We were looking for a reversal. We were in 1 hour equilibrium premium price range to go lower, and yeah, that puppy played. I saw the SMT off of a 5 minute high. Otherwise, I was just thinking, like, are we just going to continue for the day? I'm like, we've been getting a lot of continuations. I'm like, damn. And then we get the SMT. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And the SMT gives a break. It inverses the 5 minute. The next day, it gives basically the same setup. Makes the SMT after we target into a high time frame. I think 1 hour. We respected a 1 hour bearish for value gap. We were in high time frame equilibrium on the 1 hour. SMT 5 minute, 1 minute breaker structure, and then it only pushes lower to go come into the 5 minute bullish for value gap rested below. And the day before it inversed it, yesterday it respected it, and it made a continuation to go higher, which I had some buddies get in on, which is fine. Like, that's just probability at the end of the day. It's not a bad setup. It's like, okay, the market shows continuation that day, but when it does take my position, it could pay out massively like it did. A 22 RR is ridiculous. My first take profit was a 7 RR, and I target 3. That's pretty good. But yeah, we still haven't swept this liquidity. We're coming into this 4 hour though. It was pretty cool. We're in a 4 hour gap. 4 hour gap. I want to see if this is going to fucking sweep. This 15-minute candle is going to be closing soon. I want to mark up my fair value gaps I have up here. This is a bearish. 15. That could be a potential draw. If we keep pushing lower, that could be a potential draw for later in the day if we want to go longs. I could see going short, but if we're sweeping sell side, I'm thinking we might actually just end up getting the move to go all back up to all-time highs, which I don't want to do. I'm tired of all-time highs. I actually am tired of them. But we're in a 4 hour order block. I wanted to show you guys. This candle swept liquidity, which was right here. It led to a breaker structure, right? On this candle, the up candle, down candle. When we're in a downtrend, we're looking at up candles, down candles. Led to a breaker structure, and that's our order block. So I don't think we want to push lower for this 4 hour. I could 100% be wrong. Maybe we even want to push into these 4 hours. I wouldn't mind if this SMT, let's say over here, we on ES invalidate this fucking potential SMT, come down into the order block, sweep out 4 hour sell side, sweep out 4 hour sell side, showing clearly bearish momentum. We can get in on maybe a 5 minute move to the upside to go target. This is all time highs. Maybe we come up to here. Maybe we just target internal draws, like I said, which is up to here, coming out of here. I'll probably, if the risk reward for the internal draws is meets my criteria, I'll just partial off at there, or take full. But if it's not, I mean, we got to see momentum and see if it wants to come for either. Let's say if we're pushing sell side, then we could target these internal draws. But if we want, we can maybe go for the external, which is this 1 hour or this 4 hour up here. But a 1 hour candle doesn't close for a while. We still haven't swept the liquidity. If we ended up getting like a break, it's just very tricky. It's very tricky, man. What is it wanting to do? What do we come? Are we coming down into anything? Not really. Respecting this 4 hour though, and the 4 hour, the 1 hour candle close in 16 minutes, I believe. 13 minutes, not 16. 13 minutes now. Big difference. What a move. This 5 minute potentially will get inverse. If it inverses this 5 minute, I would like to see a pullback. Because then it's giving bullish confirmation. I would like to see a pullback on that. Maybe into a 5 minute right here. And get a breaker structure out of that, and I would actually take that. No news either. And yes, it's tricky because that 1 hour doesn't close, like I said, for 13-12 minutes. But I mean, if we're clearly showing bullish momentum off of that before the candle closes, we're going to be getting the high time frame S&T. This is respecting this gap. Maybe it wants to come down into this one. Let's get our long position marked up just in case. Stops could go like down at the low of the S&T. Let's say we did want to target those internal draws. Oh, that's beautiful. Target to the high up here for the first take profit. No, target to this imbalance for the first take profit. Potentially. We will see in a second. And then second take profit could be here. Third take profit could be up here. And we can maybe target all the way up to here. But we want to see, I would have to, in order to see that, I want to be waiting and I want to be patient. Very selective. I'm not going to force anything. Just because every day is a trading day doesn't mean you fucking force a trade. What a rip, by the way. Wow, what a rip. This is a 1 minute candle though. Oh, those are 1 minute gaps. I thought that was on the 5 minute. That's absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. We did get the 1 minute inverse. I thought that was on the 5 minute. This is on the 5 minute time frame, I believe. Which it's coming into no fair value for a while. On top of that, let's look at equilibrium on the higher time frame. We're coming in equilibrium. I don't want to talk myself into it, but I don't think we want to go shorter. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to talk myself into that, but we do have, oh shit, that's interesting. We are getting closer and closer. Wow, what a fucking rip down. That breaker structure out of that gap would be fucking ridiculous now. If you can give me a new breaker structure off of that, that'd be nice. It inversed it. Okay. Interesting. How's that 5 minute looking? Big moves down since open. Open was right around here. We've been pushing down. We swept sell side. 2 sell side draws, which I can get rid of this one. We're just going to focus on this one. This still hasn't swept its 1 hour draw, but we're wanting to see good movement off of it. Holy fucking shit. Alright, well, S&T is no longer there, which is fine. We can go to 5 minute. We can go to 5 minute on here. So we did sweep that 1 hour draw. We're now targeting into the 4-hour order block. And we're targeting to the 4-hour bullish for value gap. If we could respect this, fill this, get some good rejection off of this 4-hour, we could be looking for great draws to go out to the upside. Maybe it wants to come down because NASDAQ still needs to fill its 4-hour. It hasn't tapped into it yet, which potentially we could be seeing here in 8 minutes. It's going to be tricky, but we're patient, we're calm, and we're collected. Is there any 15 minutes to get an SMT off of? Playing into 4-hour for value gap, so we're going to find out. This draw was swept. The next draw we could get a SMT out is 845, 845. Would be this one potentially. Which both pairs look like they're kind of resting in the same place right now. So we will see. If we could get a 15-minute SMT and a 5-minute break out of a 4-hour sell side look, out of a 4-hour fair value gap and order block, beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Well, we would be out of the 4-hour at that point. This 4-hour might get inverse just to come and retrace into the order block.
In 2019, I made a TikTok.
Nobody has.
Do my chart colors make you want to throw?
I'm trying to get this dude's chart colors. They're better than mine on my cap. Mine are simple. If you know what you're talking about. Obviously, to any person who just fucking gets into trading, day trading, if they open up fucking TradingView, they'll be like, "What the fuck am I looking at? Like, what?" I can't even remember my first thought process because I didn't even use NASDAQ. I just opened up Bitcoin Tether. And I remember looking at it, USD Tether, and I remember looking at it like, whoa. I had like a black chart, blue up, I think it was, or it was orange up, black down. No. Orange was up, I think. Blue was down or some shit. I don't remember, but it was fucking stupid as fuck. I remember looking at that shit, and I would just like be with my buddies, hit buy, hit sell, and then just like enter a bunch of contracts on a paper trade and be like, yo, that's what I could have made. Bro. Cornball shit. Corny. We got 5 minutes, 6 minutes on this 15-minute candle close. If it wants to give an S&T off of these lows, it would have to inverse. One of the pairs would definitely have to inverse this 4-hour. Alright, we can for sure say like this 1 hour is getting inversed, right? Like there's no way it doesn't get inversed. We can probably get rid of that. It's showing clearly bearish momentum off of that 1 hour. Or we could also be getting a 1 hour bearish break of structure. At least if we go to the 4 hour, if we want to look at equilibrium, which I will mark up. We're in equilibrium. Let's look at Fibonacci actually. Fib retracement. Close to 79% extension. Yeah, this would be actually really fucking interesting. 1 hour is going to be getting inverse. I'm still looking at this 15-minute draw. Maybe we want to go for this 4 hour. We're coming closer and closer to equilibrium. 4 hour. What about the 4 hour on NASDAQ? Or how are we on equilibrium on that in the trend Fibonacci? Alright, bro. I want this. we're in equilibrium as well. If we want to look at Fibonacci, my fib retracement tells me, yeah, we're getting close to that 79% extension on a bull order block. I could see why we could go bearish. Maybe I missed the move. I don't know what it would have been. It wouldn't have followed my strategy. Because we just swept sell side. I'm a reversal type of guy. Well, we just swept sell side lows. Very interesting stuff potentially right now. Maybe we get a 5-minute SMT. No, 5-minute low is in for a while. So we're going to be looking on that 15-minute because that's really what's juicy. Playing off of this 4-hour. Something I want to go in. That's the mindset I want to go with it. 15-minute candle and the 4-hour candle and the 1-hour candle close in 3 minutes. 10 seconds. We're going to see what it wants to go off of. Bam. This really is like the most boring job in the world. I remember at first it was so exciting. We all got into trading. I know every trader gets into it for like the raw reason. The money, the cars, seeing people make like ridiculous amounts of money like effortlessly doing nothing. And then you realize that's like really not what it is at all. I mean that's the possibility you can make ridiculous amounts of money effortlessly. The other day on the whim, I made 2 bands in the Express, and I made almost 2 bands. It was about 2 bands on 2 other accounts. Just in a span of like, I mean, the trade ran and ran. I got out at the 7IR because there was an SMT in a break, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. ES could. ES could. ES is closer to its draws right now, isn't it? 3.5 bars. Ooh, 40 points away, and then 3.5 points away. That SMT is looking juicy, motherfucker. We will see. Interesting. Closes in 1 minute. We've just been breaking structure to the downside and clearly showing bearish structure, especially with this 1-hour close. We're going to get a 1-hour break of structure to the downside and a 4-hour break of structure to the downside, which would clearly, and that's on both pairs, which would clearly give us a bearish bias. But we're not going to go with that because we're also going into the order block, right? I'm a reversal type of guy. I'm either taking a reversal or I'm not taking a trade, right? We're either going to continue lower, right? And I don't see a model and I don't get in, or we're continuing lower and I see a reversal model potentially, maybe a liquidity sweep, break a structure, retrace, break a structure, I'm in, or potentially an SMT and a break a structure. Which we're, oh my god, if that fucking sweeps, pause. If that sweeps it, wow. Oh, if I just called that out, potential 15-minute SMT, call me the market maker. I'm really hoping this does not take out its low. We got 3 seconds on it. And it sweeps it. Damn, man. We're pushing lower, that's for sure. Get rid of this long position, bro. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're just pushing lower. Potentially, we're going to have to wait. What about the 5-minute? Did the 5-minute close on anything? This is the hardest part, is zooming out for all all this bullshit. This low was at 6 a.m. We just gotta go back to further price action. I hate this because now I'm fucking having to go back like ridiculous amounts. Let's just do this. So annoying. We still got time though. 3 minutes till the close. Honestly, with how close we are to the 4-hour sell side, I'm feeling we'll want to go and get it. And if we do, ideally, we get something off of that. If not,
that is like people coming to the day, house music bumping, guys, you guys ready to take some longs, some shorts today, and we're gonna make some money. And it's like, what the fuck, you're giving value to an environment to then cause you to be more emotional. Because it's like you're getting hyped up for a fucking football game. Like you're about to jump in the first play, like it's game time. What do you mean it's game time? Like it should not be that. Because then you're adding extra stress and anxiety onto you, which you shouldn't be. You need to be able to be an observer, then notice the market for what it is, not feeling like you're being watched, not feeling like you gotta be part of the game. Just trade. Look at the market. What does it show you?
beautifully said. So the thing is, what I'm starting to think is, with the 4-hour and the 1-hour breaking structure bearish to the downside, I feel like I would need to see some really strong bullish confirmation that we will be going buy side. And ideally, like I said, with how far we're pushing, target those internal lows. I mean, internal draws that are going buy side. And maybe if the risk reward is there, I'll take it. And then we can maybe just have our final take profits at the 4-hour draws. But we're going to see. We're getting close for a sweep. At this point, we're going to sweep it. There's without a fucking doubt, bro. What else are we doing like that close to it? No way we just edged the 4-hour draw. There's stop orders right here. I mean, buy orders, whatever it is. People's stop losses are fucking right here. I'm assuming it's coming to just fucking take those puppies out. No fucking way. Is there a 1-hour draw right there too? Took me at the 4-hour draw. We're looking at, we got another one right below. Out of 1-hour order block that we're also in. Sweeps these lows, we get a break of structure. This is also a 1-hour order block. That's funny. That's what I'm saying. We should show some good reaction, I feel, potentially. off of this to go buy side. If I'm wrong, well, shit, that would suck. I don't know if I really need to mark up that order cock. We'll probably get rid of that one. Just keep in mind, because we're not sweeping that. 15-minute SMT doesn't close for 8 minutes, so we're not looking for a 15-minute as of right now. 5-minute. We're so close on both of these time frames that there's not even a 5-minute SMT to get made. This is how close we are to it. Just breathing on it. Breathing on that 4-hour low. Now, the nice thing is, if we do want to go buy side, we do have a lot of draws to target. We have this up here, which is bullish. I mean, bearish. Fuck. We have a bearish on the 15-minute right here. 15. We also have another one right here. I can't believe we might not sweep this. There's no way we don't. We have another one right here. Gotta mark up some now over here. We have a 15-minute right here. Oh, that's a 5-minute. We want the 15-minute. Nothing off the 15-minute. We already marked all the other ones off. There's no SMT to go off of right now on the 5-minute or the 15-minute. Like, the last that we have is literally right here. It's just like, I'm assuming it goes through it. I'm assuming it does. We've already did sweep sell side, so maybe we just are wanting to break structure now to go buy side, or maybe potentially get an inverse. Cold. We'll just be patient and wait for bull. It's just crazy to me that we might not sweep. Even if there is an SMT, I don't know if I even want to take it just because, like, that draw is so close and it's just sweep it out. Give me that sweep. Five-minute candles go to close. Whatever fair value gap. Oh shit. Oh, I'm dying. And this dude just fucked up my base. Close the app, it's over. Alright. So yeah, I mean, was there a low right here that maybe we made an SMT off of? Up candle, down candle. Down candle, up candle. We're gonna uptrend, down candle, up candle. There's that low, which ended up getting taken. And what was that? 505. This low. Nope, it's not a possibility. So now we're potentially just looking for some bullish confirmation, which we could see this 5-minute candle. Yeah, bro, you couldn't just fucking sweep it. It's gonna respect the 5-minute to then go sweep. Like, I get it. We need a reason to go and sweep. Fuck you, NASDAQ. Fuck you, S&P. It's really just sitting on my hands. As of right now, it's literally just sit on your hands until you see your edge in the market. Make sure you have high time frame context. Yeah, high time frame premium, ideally high time frame premium location. Sweep of prior highs or lows, either an SMT divergence or my MAC model, correct risk to reward, plan for 3RR. No emotional impulse. Trend logic considered. Trade my edge, not my fear, and I accepted the loss without tilt. We can go to that 4-hour too, I bet you. And if we go to that 4-hour, there's without a doubt we've got to be in a Fibonacci now. We passed 79% extension. What about? Damn. It's really questionable. That like low is so close to being taken, man. I feel like if we sweep, I feel like we're setting up for bullish structure soon, or just consolidation. And by the way, I wanted to bring something up. I want to make it a part of my rules, and ideally I remember this. Otherwise, I'll have to write it down. But I'm only going to be on the market until 10:25, probably 10:30, and then I'm off. Because one thing I've realized is like PM session, you can get moves like later in the New York going into the lunch hour, but I'd rather just, get in on my moves that are early in the morning because that's really where the big money, new money comes into the market. That 5-minute got respected. I was assuming we're going to push lower to get a sweep. And there we go. Or did that just tap it? Just tapped it. Not even. Are we for real? You know what we're potentially getting now? Which would be hilarious? A fucking SMT. Lower low. Lower high. But we gotta wait for that 5-minute. Oh, I did not mean to move that. Gotta wait for that 5-minute candle to close. The 1-minute break would be till up there. Long position. It's just, I don't like that because it's like, dude, how do we not fucking sweep that out? We literally just tap it. Which, that does not count as a sweep. We didn't even tap it, we edged it. But if we wanted to target higher for potential external draws, $15-minute would be my first take profit. The end of it would be the second, and then we could target it at this for the third, and final take profit would be up to here, potentially. We gotta wait for that 1-minute candle, 5-minute candle to close. We do have low resistance resting buy side, as long as the S&T is there. $25,404.75. 25,404. Five-minute 2 could give an inverse just to retrace into that 5-minute to go lower. It's just, I really don't fucking like that we didn't sweep, dude. That's fucking annoying. But we did already sweep. It's just a 4-hour draw is right there. And we have 2 5-minutes right there, man. But yeah, man, we got the break structure. Wait for this 5-minute to close. If we get the 5-minute, I'm in. If we get a 5-minute break structure, your boy is in. It's in 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to sit this one out until we can get a 4-hour sweep. Maybe I'm wrong. I can journal it. The 1-minute did already break structure, and it was a 5-minute SMT, so that's validation, but I want to wait for this 5-minute because we're playing into a 5-minute bearish or value gap over here. On S&P, just get the 5-minute break and we're in.
Order filled.
Why is it? Okay.
Order filled.
Well, that's too much risk. Holy fuck. That's kind of annoying. Why does it keep doing that to me? First take profit, like I said, would be a 15-minute. So I'm summary for longs. Take profit, sell limit. We have a sell limit right here. Sell off. 2. Well, we're in. We ended up getting that 5-minute break of structure too, I believe. Just barely breaking structure on that. Now we're just wanting to see it push. So yeah, the only issue is like I said, we never swept the 4-hour lows, but we are also coming into a 4-hour order block on both of the time frames. After already sweeping sell side liquidity as well, we ended up getting a 5-minute SMT. Clearly bearish, but like I said, that 5-minute SMT is my reversal model, and we could end up just disrespecting these 5-minute for value gaps that we have resting here. And we could just rip higher, or the complete opposite. We're gonna find out. I risked too much because at first when I entered in, it keeps fucking on my contracts. I get in to risk 500, and it's only risking 350. So then I have to enter in. I should have just sold it, bought another one, just bought one contract, but I didn't really think of that. Wonder if I could sell off one. Probably not. We'll just leave it. Now we just sit and we wait. At the end of the day, no, this is all just a learning opportunity. These are on the combines. I'm taking these on, so it's just going to be a learning opportunity for today. Full take profit would be for $2,600. That would be, let me look at the risk to reward on that long position. And it meets my risk reward criteria. Almost a 4 RR, 3.78 for the first full take profit. The second take profit, I'm taking off partials. That's actually, what would I be taking off my partials at? If it were to play out. One to 2.22. I don't like that, but like I said, we gotta really be careful. This 5 minutes looking like it's gonna get inverse, but we do also have another 5 minute to come into, or NASDAQ's respecting its 5 minute, potentially. This is the only issue, this is the only hard part with this. Damn, I'm cold, man. Because now it's like, okay, is it going to respect it? Is it not? Because structure is clearly bearish, right? But we didn't sweep that sell side coming to that 4 hour, which is the only thing that kind of scares me, because it's like maybe it's just wanting to push into these, then they come back down. Potentially, it wants to come into 5 in equilibrium, just to come back down and actually retrace, which we're in 5 at equilibrium right now, which would be a little scary. Questionable. We're also coming into a 15-minute that closes in 5 minutes. 15-minute equilibrium, let's mark that up for myself real quick on Top Step. Still got some more to push for 15-minute equilibrium. I'm hoping that it might want to come for that 15-minute equilibrium. We have a 15-minute gap we're looking at then on Top Step. That 5 minute got inverse on ES. Respected on this one. This one, as it closed inside of it, we're in equilibrium on the 5 minute. For the 15 minute, we're not in equilibrium yet. We're not close to it. So I'd like to see a bigger push. I would really like to see a bigger push. But yeah, SMTs have been the trades I've been taking recently. If I lose, I lose, I learn. If I lose, I lose, and I learn. Because part of me now has this fear. It's like, fuck, dude, I need to make sure I can close early if something like gets respected. But dude, just trust the trade. Let the trade ride. We'll find out. We're targeting, like I said, all the way to these draws. Well, the only issue potentially with this is we could just target for internal draws, right? We could be targeting for these internal draws. And if we do target the internal draws, Where do we want to go from there? Distribute back, like target internal draws, distribute back lower, or just go to these internal draws and go for the external, right? It's really just questionable. I think I would like to see us push a little higher. Because we're right around my break-even phase right now. The 15-minute closes in 3 minutes. I don't want to listen to music now. Just fucking flow. Ooh, it's not looking nice. We have a 5-minute fair value gap that's getting respected right now. Closes in 1 minute. This one's getting respected. Don't fucking like that at all. I really don't. The 15-minute candle is getting respected. I don't like that at all. See how these candles close. This is probably one of the hardest parts about trading too, is like once you get your model and then it's pushing higher or lower where you're wanting it to go, and then you have fair value gaps that it could reject off of. Because what we could be seeing is a liquidity sweep, right? Up to here, sell side liquidity sweep, push lower to then retrace into fair value and then give a continuation off of it, which we've been getting so many continuations. Piss me the fuck off if that happened. So I'm just trusting the process. I almost wonder, like, obviously reversals play out, continuations play out, but I almost wonder, like, if continuations play out, or will play out, like, more. Yeah, better win rate. Because a lot of the time I'm taking liquidity sweep reversals to target internal or external draws, and then fucking continuations just played to go in the direction the price was going. One thing to keep in mind of why we might lose this trade is, like I said, not only respecting those 5 minutes in the 15 minutes, which it's looking like it's about to do, but also 1 hour breaker structure, 4 hour breaker structure, right? Showing clear signs of bearish, but we are in a 4 hour bullish order block on both of the pairs, and a 1 hour bullish order block in both of the pairs. So maybe that's why we're getting consolidation. I would like to see the 4 hour and the 1 hour overpower it and go higher, but maybe, like I said, we might just want to go and sweep out these 4 hour sell side lows and maybe these ones too. And if that's the case, and I could still get in for a trade potentially, like my model, I will take that on the Express account and just take a loss in the combines for the day. It would be very tricky. We were up $400 at one point. Now we're up 50. I mean, the 15-minute, like I said, these 5 minutes have been getting tapped. We're feeling it. I would like to see it in for some. The 15-minute got tapped. We're not showing complete rejection off of it. No bearish candle, but the 15-minute still has 13-minute candle, 13 minutes to close. So in those 13 minutes, that could just come down and stop us out, which I will take a loss. My model presented itself, though. It's just maybe poor context. I really wish it fucking did sweep it out. Potentially. And then we got to move up. And then we got to move back down. And we gave us the SMT. Because I fucking don't like that it could just come back down and sweep out that SMT. Because now we're back down this trade. This would be a big loss, too. It's 200 more than what... It's 230 more than what I normally want to fucking lose. And that's because it entered me in on less contracts. What I usually go in on. Less risk. And it just kind of fucked me. Like, dude, we for real? Are we for real? I entered in my risk. I want to risk $500, and then I enter into contracts, and it's put it at fucking $350. It's annoying. We're pushing lower. It's looking like I might want to respect that 15-minute in these 5 minutes. Oh, brother. That is a fucking stinker. Yeah, it's going to stop me out. It's coming for it. It's so annoying, though. It's not over until it smacks my stop loss. Oh, man. It is not over until it smacks that stop loss. Order failed. I still don't think we wanna, even if this stops me out. I don't think we want to continue lower for the rest of the day. Maybe I'm wrong. I could 100% be wrong. Maybe we even want to come in for this 4-hour fair value gap we have resting below. I think it just is going to want to sweep liquidity. Maybe it come for the 4-hour and these 1 hour gaps right here. But I do think we go back all-time highs. It's just breathing on my stop loss right now. Just take it out. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, just take me out, bro. No more playing games. It's going for it. No way it doesn't fucking go for it, bro. If it just gives another fucking S&T, I'm going to geek so hard. Stop.
Order filled.
Why won't it allow me to get rid of my limit cell? Damn. Alright, well, we could still trade on the Express. There's not going to be an S&T. Like I said, that 4-hour draw ended up getting hit. So, that's something to note. Get rid of this sell side. We're pushing deeper into the 4-hour order block now. We just have 4-hour sell side liquidity. Clearly bearish. Still execute on the 5-minute. But damn, does that fucking suck. Is there 1 hour? The 1 hour order block is still there too. So like I said, dude, we can still get some good bullish momentum. And not only that, now the nice thing about that, the sucky part, that was on the combines, right? So I'm fucking trying to pass those. But if we do get a model for the Express account, it would be really nice because then, who the fuck is texting? If we do get a model to go buy side now, these 5 minutes have already been tapped into, so I would really like to see those get cooked. Is there anything to reject off of? No SMT potentially until lower. Same down here, nothing to go off of except maybe a 5-minute getting respected. I want to see a 5-minute break to structure now. Or maybe we keep pushing lower and we want to go for this 4-hour sell side. Or maybe a 5-minute SMT here. These fucking continuations, because that continuation then, if I would have waited for the 1-minute continuation, 5-minute continuation, oh my lord, that fucking risk to reward would have been beautiful. I believe so. Put stops down here. Put stops right there. Target lower. Damn, bro, fucking continuations, man. And I know them too. It's just fuck. The model presented itself. It's one thing to note, the 4-hour and the 1-hour are clearly bearish. And that fucking sell side 4-hour sell side liquidity was right there. It had to have tapped it. Potentially, that's one thing to keep in mind. We still got 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes to see something. We're going to be looking on the 5-minute. Let's get rid of this position. We know what time we got in. I'll keep that up there, though. Fuck. We're pushing lower. The sell side that's right here is at 8:30. The sell side right here is at around 8:30. We could potentially get an SMT off of that. If we get an SMT now, and it plays out beautifully on the Express, I mean, I'm not going to be mad, but it's like, fuck, dude. It's like, fuck. In hindsight, it's like it was clearly bearish. We had a 4 hour break, 1 hour break of structure to the downside. The only thing that was giving me potentially bullish bias off of that was that 4 hour order block. In hindsight, too, it's fucking ugh, because what? We had the 4 hour sell side liquidity resting right below. It's like, damn, bro, why the fuck? I mean, for all we know, though, could have fucking. It was a good trade. We got good reaction off of it. We got in. 5 minute break was there, too. But then it respected the 5 minute and the 15 minute for value gap and immediately displaced lower, which is fine. Wonder if there's 15-minute candle closes in what, 40 seconds? Is there a 15-minute low? We're gonna see if it wants to inverse the gap on the 15-minute over here. We have a 15-minute gap right here. Potentially probably go to inverse it. I'm assuming we're gonna go for this 4 hour sell side, and at that point we're invalidating this order block. The 1 hour and the 4 hour. I'm assuming this 15-minute candle close, we are going to rip. We got the 15-minute inverse on the fair value gap. Assuming we just push lower. Is there daily lows to go for? Fucking it. We'll probably go for these fucking daily lows in that 4 hour. Some bullshit. I want to pause this stream real quick. I'll be back.
Goes down to the overall fact of, look, like dumb people don't learn from their mistakes. Smart people learn from their mistakes. Really smart people learn from other people's mistakes, right?
Yep.
And that's like the thing is like, you should only make that mistake once. Like the next time, like you see an SMT that doesn't sweep and you're in and you get burned, it's going to be more of me being like, hey, Bray, quit being a dumbass. Like, you know better.
Yep.
But in today's example, you didn't know better. And it makes sense on where the confusion comes from. And there's so many, and like, that's the hard part about trading is there's so many stipulations based on what market's doing on what you can enter on and what you can't, right? It's just, and like, the sole fact is like, at the end of the day, I entered on it too. I just was under the understanding it didn't sweep, so I need market to boom, and if market's not booming, I'm getting out of this.
Yep.
So the second I started seeing any bearish momentum, I was done. I was like, all right, yep, I'm out. I'm out of this.
I got
So,
you.
like, that's kind of like where you need to keep your head at and your headspace at and understand where you're going with everything. And you'll be fine. You're doing great. And, like, that's the one
appreciate
thing
you.
like you have to remember. Like, you're doing really good.
I appreciate you. That's gonna be in
And,
my
like-
journal for today. Is that whole SMT thing now? Because that's like,
Yeah, and you learned. And that's all that matters. You just gotta learn. You just gotta continuously keep learning. But no, next time, like I said, you see an SMT like that that forms in that fashion, you're not gonna take it. 'Cause
yeah,
you know
it's
better.
like it's like, let's say market opens and we swap like a 1 hour buy side, but then we keep pushing higher, but then we get an SMT like almost an hour later. It's like, but we haven't swept any other liquidity. It's like, okay,
Yeah, and then there's also variations of that. Let's just pretend that 1 hour didn't lie, because there's a 1 hour that lied directly in the 4 hour order block, right?
yep,
Pretend that 1 hour didn't lie there. I'd be a lot more confident in that trade because now I'm playing an order block where price can fill orders.
mm-hmm,
But like the problem that I had was we just barely missed that sweep, and I'm like, the likelihood of us flipping right back around and going and taking that low is way too high for me to like not be quick to get out of this trade.
yep,
So it was one of those things of like I was playing it, market needed to fucking just ride to highs or I was getting out. And obviously I got out.
mm-hmm.
But does that answer all your questions, young Bray?
Yes, it does, brother, and I appreciate you. I really do.
No problem. No problem. Like I said, keep your head up. You're doing great. Takes time. Like I said too, it's an industry that you can become a multi-millionaire. So obviously it takes a lot of effort and a lot of determination and
Nothing good comes
execution,
easy.
and it takes time, right? Like you don't become a CEO overnight. So always keep that in mind.
I appreciate you, man. I really do.
All right, brother. Well, I'm walking into the office right now, so I'm gonna chit chat with you later.
All right, I hope you have a good day, brother. I appreciate
All
you.
right, you too. Peace
Bye-bye.
out.
I love that, man. It's probably one of the best recaps I think I'm ever going to fucking do now. Genuinely, I wish I didn't pause that. I paused it because he was calling me, and I'm going to have to pause this again because I need to go piss. Fuck it. We're going into it. So, Josh, basically my fucking mentor, my homeboy, he's a fucking goat. He took the same setup. He took the same model. Now, what he kept in mind was, like I said, we had that 4 hour sell side, and at that point, it barely fucking, it didn't even tap it. It was so close to tapping it. So Josh was like, okay, well the SMT's there, but because we're so close to that draw on liquidity, once we get this break, and we did, we got a 1 minute and a 5 minute break. I got in on the 1 minute, and I waited for the 5 minute to break. And if it displaced too high, then I wouldn't get him, right? If it fucked up the RR. But it didn't. It gave the 1 minute and the 5 minute break. He said he wanted to see extreme bullish push out of that because we're so close to that draw. And if we ended up getting any bearish momentum off of these fair value gaps, like the 15 minute, like we were talking about, so we can talk about the 5 minute, we can also talk about the 15 minute. He said once he saw that bearish momentum rejection off of this 15 minute bearish fair value gap, he was like, okay, I'm getting out because we are so close to this draw. Now, this is the key point. This is the hard part with trading because, and just reminding myself now today, because I had to fucking learn like this. I'm just going to get off probably after this. Failure is feedback. Failure is feedback. At the end of the day, we had a 1 hour sell side liquidity sweep up at this low, right? So we can mark that out. We can mark out this low sell side liquidity sweep. And I thought, well, we've already swept sell side liquidity. The liquidity has been swept. So now that we have this SMT, it's different. Now we can go off of this, right? We don't need to sweep this 4 hour low. I also said in this video, it's like, well, I have a feeling we might want to go and sweep it. We might want to push lower. Are we in a fucking SMT right now? Hold on. I might take this on the express. Liquidity was swept, and this if this played out, this would be actually a perfect example. What time was this at? This was at 8:30. No fucking way. Hold on, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Where can we target then? Is that a 1 hour high? No, it's not, but we target up to that, and that would be a fucking beautiful RR. Hold on. Escape, get out of this. I'm going to get back into that in a second. I got to make sure I remember what I was talking about, but there's something we could potentially be getting right now, which is going to be great for the example absolutely great for the example. So we're going to wait for a second. So as you can see on the 5 minute here, we've swept 4 hour lows now. We're inside of an order block. We have 4 hour right here too, so it's going to be really tricky. But we ended up getting an SMT, right? 5 minute SMT, 5 minute low, 5 minute high. We end up getting potentially a 5 minute break. This could play out really fucking nice. Let's see if there's a 1 minute break potential. We're pushing bullish, consolidating higher and higher. I'm willing to wait for a break. Otherwise, this is getting validated. We're close to that sell side too. So you might just want to take it out. While we wait, I'm going to wait. And if we get the 5 minute, I'll get in. If we don't get the 5 minute, I'm not getting in, right? But talking about like what I was saying. So we swept that sell side liquidity at that 1 hour at 8:55, right? We didn't get the SMT until 9:10. 9:10. Ideally, if we're sweeping sell, if we're seeing an SMT, we want to see it right after we're getting some liquidity sweep. So 2 days ago, we ended up getting a 4 hour buy side liquidity sweep. We're inside of a 4 hour bearish and 1 hour bearish fair value gap, and we got a 5 minute SMT shortly after we swept liquidity. So what I had in my mind today was, we haven't swept this 4 hour, but we just got an SMT bullish, but we already did sweep liquidity and we already swept sell side, so we could be looking for reversals now. But Josh was like, how long ago was that move, right? Yes, we swept liquidity, but that was decently long ago. It's like, yes, there was liquidity swept, but it's like, how likely was it to make that move off the liquidity sweep, right? This shit's not going to give the fucking break, is it? Potentially not. So what Josh was explaining to me was like, yes, liquidity was swept. Hold on, I'm going to just get the fucking sell side, buy side marked up. In case it does just rip 6754. 6754.25 500. Now we have 2 5 minutes it could just fucking retrace into and do the same damn thing. We didn't get that break. We did get a 1 minute though off of that. MES. Go to the 5 minute. Hold on. Waiting for something potentially. Go over to MES. Break structure. We're looking for the 1 minute to break structure at least. And it did. It's just... Hold on. I'll get back to my thought process.
Order filled. I want to see this 5 minute break, and if it does, I'm out. Got 2 minutes on it. I'll get back into this, what I'm talking about. I want to see a 5 minute break structure, and if it doesn't, oof, it's not looking pretty. The S&T's there. Wait a second. Yeah, it's a low. That's a higher low, lower low. Just want to see that 5 minute break. But yeah, if we're looking for an SMT basically off of a liquidity sweep, we want the liquidity sweep to be pretty fucking recent. Like we want not to be. We don't want it to be fucking. We want to see reaction off the liquidity sweep, right? Then we want to see the SMT, not just fucking we sweep liquidity. Let's say today we swept 1 hour. That was 1 hour lows, and then we continued lower. There wasn't no reaction to push us higher. Like, for example, if we wanted to see that SMT, we would want to see the 1 hour lows get swept, and then show some bullish reaction off of it, and then push higher, and then give an SMT, come back lower, give an SMT to go higher, right? Or in the same aspect, if we wanted to see an SMT off of the 4 hour, we'd want to see a 4 hour SMT, right? 4 hour SMT. 4 hour sweep. We want to see that 4 hour liquidity getting swept right here, and we want to see some bullish push off of that, and then SMT. Which this is looking very consolidated right now. I'm gonna go take a piss because I got fucking time. Got 30 seconds on this 5 minute candle. It's looking like it's gonna give a doji. How's the 1 minute looking? 1 minute did break structure off of these highs. It's not looking too pretty. We're getting fucking dojis, consolidation. But yeah, if we're getting an SMT in hindsight for the future, if we're getting an SMT and it's off a liquidity sweep, we want to see some reaction off the liquidity sweep. We want it to be a recent liquidity sweep, and also not have it be right next to a fucking draw. Like today, we were so close to that draw right over here, right? And we don't fucking tap it, but we get the SMT. And obviously the SMT was there. Josh took the same trade, but he was saying like, if we don't get the reaction off of that, I'm fucking out. I'm out. So that's something to note for the future. We're potentially going to get a fucking... I already see some green candle. I better see some green candle. I want to see a fucking break on the 1 minute that can lead to this 5 minute break. That'd be so beautiful. Clean displacement too. But like I said, we're targeted into fucking 5 minute fair value gaps and everything, which I fucking don't like. We're kind of consolidated in a range right now. On the 5 minutes. He's gonna fucking want to stop me. Like a little bitch. Holy dick down, just stop me, bro. I'm gonna have to walk away. At this point, I should just close the laptop. But yeah, just to go into that one more time, just so this can go into my journal, I can go back on this. We shot the 1 hour sell side. If we shot this 1 hour sell side and then we got the SMT, ooh, that's beautiful. That would be nice, right? We shot the 1 hour sell side and we got the SMT right after that. Let's say we push lower, but then we get an SMT. Boom, fucking beautiful. That would have been nice. And it could still lose, but it's better than what we had here. Where after we set the 1 hour SMT, we just kept pushing lower and lower, and now we finally get the 5 minute SMT, which was almost 20 minutes later, right? There's a difference. That's the main issue with that. And another thing, like I said, Josh took the same trade, but he got out as soon as he saw a rejection off the 5:50 minutes because he was like, I'm confident that this could play out. The only issue with this is it could play out. And then immediately, like I said, it could play out. It could be pushing higher, but we're so close to this draw that I'm worried. He said he was worried that it could just respect these and then it'd give a continuation to go lower. I was like, okay, noted, noted. And then even with this, now that we set the 4 hour, yes, we were pushing lower. We set the 4 hour there, but now we're getting very close, 9:35. We're getting close. This is kind of ranging right now. If we get a 5 minute break in the next 3 minutes, that'd be really nice. And then it could displace. We could just come into equilibrium is one worry. And reject off of it. Like I said, it could just give a continuation to go lower, which would suck. It could really suck. But we're going to find out. We're going to have patience too. Although, and we're kind of just ranging now on the 5 minute. Like I said, maybe it's just it's ready to spring, it's ready to pounce, but it also could be ready just to fucking stop me out. Type of trade that you hold. It's not going to give that 5 minutes. It's looking like it's going to Come and stop your boy out. I swear to God, though, it's looking like it's going to give a fucking SMT to go higher. Which would make me laugh. Because here, if it did that, I would actually laugh my ass off. It's not looking pretty.
Order filled.
What a day. What a fucking day. I swear to God, it's gonna give a fucking 5-minute SMT. If it gives a 5-minute SMT that plays, I'm gonna be fucking annoyed, bro. I swear to God, I would laugh my ass off. I would laugh my ass off. So yeah, for this one too, the trade I just took, there was a 5-minute low, another 5-minute low. This one made a lower low. This one made a lower, higher low. And we ended up getting a 1-minute break. I wanted to see the 5-minute break too. That would have been beautiful. Would have confirmed that, hey, we'll probably want to come into this 5-minute. Who knows what we would have done from there. It just stopped me out to potentially now, yeah, just stopped me out to make another SMT. Which if it gives some bullshit reaction off that, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. But yeah, so that's the hardest part when it comes to trading is in order to actually build confidence. How do you build confidence? It's not even about confidence. It's more about consistency in your trading plan and executing on your trading plan. And over time, that will build confidence and that will build conviction. The more you see it win, right? And in order to see it win more and more, you just have to follow your plan for a prolonged period of time, build data on it, and then you can end up executing off of that. You know, you make your refinements and you learn from it. This bitch is gonna give a fucking break too. This is no way. No fucking way. I'm getting spam text. That's really the whole thing though. I mean, it takes time. In order to actually learn from this shit, you have to lose money. You have to fail, and that's the hardest part to come to terms with in this shit, but also have confidence, right? Like, I didn't understand the strategy for it until like 4 months ago, really, like actually understanding how to use it. And even then I was making fucking terrible mistakes with the model. And I just know, like, in a year from now, even if I'm not like getting in those 10, 15K months, I know I'm going to be a lot further because I'm not giving up. It's just journaling. It's just generally one of the hardest things I've ever fucking done in my life, bro. It's getting dicked on. But yeah. I'm gonna get rid of this because we're not getting on anything else. I want to mark it up though, because if this gives a 1-minute break. No, if it gives a 1-minute break, I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off, bro. Fucking stupid. But yeah. just something to remind myself. I hope I explain this well so I can go back on it later today when I do my journaling, and I'll get this video uploaded. So coming into the day, we had the order block, and Josh was saying too, if that 1 hour was sweep, let's say the 1 hour sweep that was right here, if it was right above the order block, it would have been better if we got like an SMT off of that, because then we get the sweep and we could begin an SMT playing off of a high time frame order block. Beautiful. That would be fucking awesome. That SMT got invalidated. They both just made lower lows. Yeah, let's just go to continue lower for the rest of the day. It's nice to see too, because Josh got in the same trade, right? We ended up the 4 hour and the 1 hour were both bearish after, because we broke structure on those, right? 1 hour candle broke structure here, and so did the 4 hour right there. But we're coming into a high time frame order block. We ended up sweeping out sell side earlier in the day, 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the market open. But then like 20 minutes later, we ended up getting an SMT, right? That if it would have been better if this swept the sell side and then gave the SMT, but it didn't. So that's something to keep in mind, is if we see an SMT right next to sell to a draw on liquidity that it didn't sweep out, but we see an SMT, don't fucking take it, right? Like, well, if you can take it, but like if you're going to take it, you need to see very strong reaction off of that SMT and break a structure. And if you don't, then you get the fuck out, right? That's a good model to get out on. That's something to know, not just SMTs and break structures, but if you're getting an SMT and a break structure, but we're really, really close to a drawn liquidity like we were today, you need to see great reaction off of it, or you get out. And that's just the whole mindset with that. Other than that, like if we see a SMT, there needs to be liquidity that has been swept. And recent. Not one from up here, not one that happened all the way from up here, but like recent. If it swept this 4 hour draw and pushed lower and then gave an SMT, beautiful. You can get in, you can go long. And the same thing if we came in. I wonder if I have my markup from the other day. I think I still have it on here. Tell me I do. Tell me a brother does. I know I'm going too far back. It was around here. I remember it was, because I think it was up around here. We ended up seeing SMT. We ended up seeing a move, but we swept. Obviously, this is liquidity here, but we swept like high time frame liquidity that was resting in here, and we also had the high time frame 4 hour imbalance, which is right here, and a 1 hour. We get the SMT after sweeping buy side liquidity, and it was recent, and then we predicted a whole move down. Which, if I look at that, I think it was. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It's not going to be exact, but if we get in, that whole move was, this is around what it was. It was close to 600 points, 2,000 fucking ticks. That's ridiculous. Yeah, market opens today, and we just drop off, continue lower, and there was no reversal today. There was a reversal model, but there was not a single reversal. There was a continuation to go lower, but it's not what I trade. And yeah, I'm done for the day. I took a loss on 2 of the combines, which is fine. We still got some room to wiggle on those things. And then on the Express account, we took another loss today, which is fine. We still got room to wiggle. It's just being smart. It's just executing, playing it smart, playing it safe, not being a dumbass, and learning. I mean, I'm going to have to do some deep journaling after today and just make sure that when I go into tomorrow, and I want to see what we have for news tomorrow. There was no news today, by the way, but when we go into tomorrow, wait a second. Today's Thursday. There was fucking news today. I was looking at the wrong day. President Trump spoke today, apparently. Due to speak at the White House. Event added to calendar 20 minutes before release time. Did that have any effect on the market? That's interesting. That is fucking interesting. What the fuck? I didn't know that. They added it 20 minutes before the release. What time did you get in on that trade? On NASDAQ? It was before that, but I mean, just recently I just got in on the short and he starts speaking. That's fucking cool. I mean, along and he starts speaking. But yeah, that's really the recap. Going into tomorrow, we have unemployment. No, we have prelim U of M consumer sentiment and prelim U of M inflation expectations. I got nothing in mind for that. I will be trading that orange folder at 9, so we won't be trading until after 9. But going into tomorrow, I want to make sure I do great recap and journaling tonight, and then I actually want to go through my notebook and my journals tonight after work, and then just even in the morning before I get into the market to get into my mind of how we've been doing, what we've been seeing. Either way, we followed our plan today. It's just that A setup, that this model, just what Josh was talking about, it looked like an A+ setup, but quickly it turned into a C setup because of what happened, right? So that's something I'm gonna have to journal. What a fucking day. I will get this video uploaded. Let's get this popped up. It's 2 hours long, only an hour and 50. Damn. I will get this video uploaded and we'll move into tomorrow with journaling and everything. The only hard part now is journaling. But I felt really calm going into the day. The only issue was seeing the SOT. Once you're in the trade, it doesn't feel good to lose money. But like I said, we're not focused on making money or losing money. We're focused on the outcome and just playing it smart. Other than that, we live and we learn. Maybe I explained what I did wrong today pretty well for me to go back on. But if not, I can just go back and talk to Josh and journal it. So have a wonderful day. Get after it.